Let's modify the default views and save our current settings by overriding them. Select the Floor Plans folder in the View map. The bottom of the navigator shows the Properties panel. Here we can see some of the settings of this view folder. We can already see that it uses the 03 Building Plans Model View option. Earlier, we chose to change the Model View options and created a new one called 05 Building Plans Zones. The latter one is active in the project map, so opening a floor plan in the Floor Plans folder of the View map would override our settings from before. In order to avoid this, we can override the Floor Plans folder easily. Right-click the Floor Plans folder and choose the Redefine with Current Window Settings option from the context menu. The Model View options and all other view settings will change immediately to the ones we used up till now in the project map. Let's use the automatically created views to explore the available settings. Open the Site view from the View map. Our task is to change the pavement representation, to hide the section and elevation markers, and to add linear and level dimensions. We have to change the current texture and hide the automatic slope lines of the mesh. These are element level settings only. Select the Terrain mesh and open its Settings dialog. Display the Floor Plan and Section panel. Select the Show User-Defined Ridges option for ridge selection. This way, only the level lines will be visible. Click OK. Now the appearance of the terrain is much clearer. We have to define a new cover fill for the pavement slab. Select the pavement slab and open its settings. Display the Floor Plan and Section panel. Check the Cover Fills box. Also, check the Use Fill from Surfaces option to retrieve the fill automatically from the material you assigned to the surfaces. Set the Cover Fill background pen to 0, that is transparent, and click OK. Since all these are element level settings, they affect all other views automatically where the element is visible. Now we will set how the view itself will look. These settings control the appearance of the elements depending on scale and drawing content. Therefore, the BIM model can be represented in several ways. Before we start adjusting the settings, let's review these. Select Site in the View map of the navigator. Click the Settings button on the Properties panel. The View Settings dialog appears with various panels. Identification panel. This will identify the view in the View map and later on the layouts. Automatically, the name of the viewpoint is applied, but you can rename it at any time. General panel. Elements under this area contain how you filter your BIM model to display only the information needed in the particular view. You can change these at any time later on. 2D 3D Documents panel. Here you can set the projection settings by adding a custom floor plan cut plane and the style of dimensioning. 3D Only panel. These settings are specific to 3D views only. Leave the settings as is and click OK. Now let's hide the section and elevation markers. Select a section marker, right-click, and select the Layers, Hide Layer option from the context menu. This is OK for now, but if you leave this view and return, these layers will be shown again, because in terms of the view settings, this layer is not turned off. To turn it off permanently, we have two options. Option 1, we save the view with a custom layer combination. This seems to be a quick solution, but later on, if you have different custom layer combinations, you cannot follow which is applicable for which view. Option 2, we update the layer combination. This is the suggested way, so let's do it. Open the Layer Settings dialog from the Document, Layers menu. Select the Site Layer combination on the left side. In the list of layers on the right side, find the layers of the section and elevation markers. As you can see, hiding a layer will not turn it off, so turn them off now. Click the Update button to update the previously selected site layer combination. Click OK to apply these changes. From now on, all views using this layer combination will automatically hide all elements on these layers. As a quick exercise, let's set the other views too. Let's change the layer combination of the floor plans folder. Select this folder and click the Settings button. Display the General panel. Select the 04 Plans Approval layer combination for all floor plans. Click OK. Open ground floor view and check the result. The site and the trees have disappeared. Let's update the layer combination with the layers that contain these elements. Open the Layer Settings dialog. Make sure that 04 Plans Approval is selected on the left side. Turn on the visibility for the Site and Landscape General layers and also for the Site and Landscape Terrain layer. Update the selected layer combination with the new settings with the Update button. Click OK. Remember, this will also fix the visibility of the terrain on the section views as well, since they use the same layer combination. The representation of the ground floor needs some further adjustments. We must fix the fill of the entrance area, because now the cover fill of the pavement is visible here. Select the pavement slab. Right-click and select the Display Order Send to Back option from the context menu. The appearance is better, but we can still see the pavement fill through the interior partition walls. Select one of the partition walls. Open the Building Materials Settings dialog from the Options Element Attributes menu. The partition wall contains the airspace building material. For a better visual representation, this material is transparent in both 2D and 3D by default. Select Airspace in the list on the left and change its cut fill background color to white on the Structure and Appearance panel. This way, 2D representation will be the same as the airspace frame building material, while in the 3D view, the air gaps will still be represented as transparent skins. Click OK. Select the door in the partition wall and open its Settings dialog. Display the Hinged Door Settings panel. Select the Floor Plan and Sections option from the list. Set the color white, number 19, for Plan Symbol Fill Background Pen color. Click OK to apply this change.